Kaladesh is full of masterpieces, the financial impact of the Masterpiece series, and Dovin Baan revealed. It's September 13th, I'm Jeremy Knoll, and this is Split Second. Yesterday afternoon, Wizards of the Coast revealed the full list of Masterpiece series Kaladesh inventions for the Kaladesh set. The full cycle of Gear Hulks is included, as was suspected when the initial 4 inventions that were previewed yesterday included Veritas Gear Hulk. Among the 30 inventions are cards that span formats, from Legacy mainstays Lotus Petal, Aether Vial, and Painter's Servant, to Commander staples Sol Ring, Solemn Simulacrum, and Lightning Greaves. There seems to be something for every playstyle. As with the Zendikar Expeditions, these cards will be legal in Limited and whatever sets the printed cards are legal in, so no, Mana Crypt will not be standard legal. In addition to the full list being posted, Wizards of the Coast Global Content and Community Manager Trick Jarrett posted to his Twitter a GIF showing off the foiling process present on the inventions. Several people inquired if the foiling process was similar to the From the Vault series, which players have voiced their displeasure over due to the ease with which they warp. Trick responded later in the day saying, quote, "Can now confirm, while similar to FTV, Masterpiece series is a different foiling process," end quote. Jarrett went on later to clarify that, similar to the Expeditions, the Masterpiece cards will appear in boosters of all languages, but will only be printed in English. You can find the full list of Masterpiece cards on the Daily MTG homepage. The general consensus of the Masterpiece series seems to be a positive based on the cards that appear in the set, along with the high-quality art and border. One aspect that has been a topic of debate, however, is the effect of the series on the Magic economy moving forward. The general consensus seems to be that while the prices of the Masterpiece series cards will be high, much like the Zendikar Expeditions before them, it will lower the overall value of standard legal cards due to the high amount of product that is being opened. At the moment, we only have the Battle for Zendikar block as an example, but there is some data to support this claim. According to the site mtgstocks.com, Battle for Zendikar had one of the sharpest declines from its initial release on October 2nd, 2015, where the overall average card price was $1.19, to present, where the overall average card price is 49 cents. There are a lot of factors that could contribute to this decline, including the usage of cards from sets across formats, but this decline isn't as prevalent in other standard legal sets. On release, the average card price for Magic Origins was $1.18 and is currently 63 cents. Oath of the Gatewatch at launch was $1.11 and is currently 76 cents. Shadows was at $1.21 and is currently 68, and the most recent set, Eldritch Moon, started at $1.21 and is currently 106. With these trends, we can see how the Masterpiece series might affect card prices moving forward. First up for our Kaladesh previews today is the final Planeswalker in Kaladesh, Dovin Baan, previewed by Ian Duke on Daily MTG. Starting at 3 loyalty for 2 blue-white, his +1 gives up to 1 target creature -3/-0, and its activated abilities can't be activated until your next turn. For -1 loyalty, he does a decent Jace Beleren impression, gaining you 2 life and a card. His -7 ultimate is a one-sided static orb, giving you an emblem that states your opponents can't untap more than 2 permanents during their untap steps. According to the Magic stories released thus far, Dovin Baan is the Minister of Inspections for the Inventors Fair on Kaladesh. He traveled to Ravnica to ask the members of the Gatewatch for help in protecting the fair from sabotage. In the same article with Dovin Baan, Duke also previewed Bahamut Courier, a 1/1 artifact for 1 mana that has haste, and when it attacks, you exile the top card of your library face down. For 1 red mana, discarding your hand and sacrificing Bahamut Courier, you put all cards exiled with it into their owner's hands. Early reviews have been positive, noting that it can be used in a red-based aggro deck to refill a hand after a lot of resources have been expended. Also on Daily MTG today from Jacob Van Lunen is Scrapheap Scrounger, which looks to be part of a cycle with Bahamut Courier. A 3/2 for 2 mana, Scrapheap Scrounger can't block, and for 1 and a black, you exile another creature card from your graveyard to return Scrapheap Scrounger from your graveyard to the battlefield. In the article, JVL provides a sample Sultai deck list that features Prized Amalgam, Noose Constrictor, and Gear Per Orrery to show off exactly what Scrapheap Scrounger is capable of. Make sure to check out the article on Daily MTG. Our final previews today are the cards that will be included in the Planeswalker decks, but not in Kaladesh itself. In the Planeswalker decks announcement article by Mark Rosewater, he stated that each of the 2 Planeswalker decks would include 1 copy of the Mythic Planeswalker, 2 copies of a rare that has an effect and tutors for the Planeswalker, 3 copies of an uncommon permanent that is enhanced by the Planeswalker, and 4 copies each of a flavorful common and an appropriate common dual land. Today, these cards for the Chandra and Nissa decks were revealed. The Chandra rare, Liberating Combustion, deals 6 damage to a creature, then you may tutor for a copy of Chandra Pyrogenius from your library or graveyard and put it into your hand. In a similar vein, Verdant Crescendo allows you to search your library for a basic land and put it onto the battlefield tapped, then search for Nissa Nature's Artisan. Renegade Firebrand is a 3/2 for 2 and a red that gains +1/+0 in first strike as long as you control a Chandra Planeswalker, and Guardian of the Great Conduit is a 2/4 for 3 and a green that has reach and gains +2/+0 and vigilance if you control a Nissa Planeswalker. The wording on these uncommons shows how these decks are intended to be added to and improved, allowing these creatures to become better with a Chandra or Nissa, but not specifically the Planeswalker that is included with the deck. The Planeswalker decks will be available at local game stores, as well as in big box stores as introductory product for new or returning players. That's our show for today, September 13th. Make sure to like and subscribe to our channel to keep up with all the latest Magic news and strategy. I'm Jeremy Knoll, and this has been Split Second.